everyone, welcome to DNVlogsLife. And first of all, I want to say thank you everyone for all the love that you showed me in the last video that I did about the COPPA and FTC laws against YouTube content creators. And I am so happy today because today is November the 23rd and yesterday, November the 23rd. I'm just going to dive right in. Are you guys okay with that? Are you okay with that? Right. Okay, I'm going to dive right in. But before I do that, if this is your first time watching my video, please kindly subscribe. Look in the, if you're a YouTube person or you're interested in YouTube content, look at the YouTube advice playlist. I have a whole bunch of information that will help you, including how to turn off or turn on the comments when it has been disabled and all that stuff. Yeah, I have that information for you. Also, when you subscribe, turn on the notification bell and click all in the notification bell. So are we ready? Let's get started. On November 22nd, YouTube had another message that they put up. When you click on the information that asks you about, do you want this to be made for kids or made not for kids, I'm going to also teach you in this video how to determine per video. I'm going to show you examples of videos and how to determine, is this for kids, is this not for kids. So make sure you have your coffee or tea or water, grab it. Let's break down all this information. So the FTC came up with another rule and they said, this came out November 22nd, yesterday, and it said YouTube channel owners, is your content directed to children? So this is the thing. I'm going to scroll down. I have the link in the comment area of this video and a link in the description area. So a quick recap of this information by COPPA, and COPPA just stands for the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. And the general recap is that the provision, I'm reading this, that provision of the settlement has raised question about content creators about how to determine if what they upload to YouTube or other platforms, now it can be your website, they're gonna strike you on that too. So you guys that think you can take your stuff and move it to your website, they're gonna strike you on that too. The answer requires a brief summary of the keys. So they explain all the information, why this is so and what this is all about. And they say the FTC enforces the law through the COPPA rules. And what is this COPPA rule? This COPPA rule in general states that it requires content creators, operators of commercial websites and online services that are directed to children to provide notice and obtain viable parental consent before they collect personal information from kids under the age of 13. Now let's get into it. How does this apply to content creators or channel owners? Now, even if you don't create content and you have a video that is not even monetized, this will even apply to you. So be mindful of that. So how does COPPA apply to channel owners who upload their contents to YouTube or any third-party platform? Okay, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. COPPA applies in the same way it will if the channel owner add their own website or application. So if you have an app that you upload your content to, COPPA is going to strike you on that. If you have a website, COPPA is going to strike you on that. So it's not only YouTube. People are thinking it's only YouTube. It's not only YouTube. If a channel owner uploads content to the platform like YouTube, the channel might meet the definition of website or online services covered by COPPA. So let's break this down. How channel owners can determine. So how can channel owners determine if their content is directed to children? So they changed the information. FTC said, well, we don't want to say made for kids. We want to say directed to children. So how do you determine it? Now, under COPPA, there's a no one size fits all answer to make sure a website, a channel, is directed to children, but we're offering more guidance. So this is the changes that they went on. They said, to be clear, your content isn't, now I want you guys to listen, and I want you to go back and read this stuff. Listen well. To be clear, your content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. Aha! So now, just because children will see it, it doesn't mean your content is directed to children. However, if your intended audience is kids under 13, you are covered by COPPA and you have to honor the rules. Now, this is what they're saying. I'm going to show you, as we're going, I'll be showing you examples of different videos on my channel that I will say it's not covered versus it's covered. Now, if I have a video that is directed to kids, so for example, I have this video right over here. You can see it's called Wet Head Challenge. Now, this is a video where my kids are performing this wet head challenge. I'm going to show you, and they're talking about this game and information of that sort. Now, that video is directed to kids because children are going to click on it. Children like games. So what did I do in this situation? In this situation, what I did was, and I'm going to go into my settings, and you click edit, and in the settings you click this option right over here, and in the option right over there, you'll see right over there where I said the information is, yes, this is made for kids. You can see it right over here. Yes, this is made for kids. Now, what is an example where a child is in a video but it's not made for kids? Okay, it's not something that children will gravitate towards. I'm going to show you an example. Let's go to this video right here. This video right here says, let's see, it says, a stranger made me eat this. Let's go into the video and you'll see the video. In this video, I have myself and I have my girls, and we are in a car, okay? And my daughter is talking, we're gonna go in and we're gonna go to a restaurant, and my daughter is talking and we're in there and we place our order and everything. Now, this is a video where there are children. My daughter is, I believe she was 14 years old. My other daughter was 10 years old. And I am in the car, and all we're doing is we're going to restaurant by restaurant. Is a family thing. Will this be directed by kids? In the past, COPPA will say, oh, this is directed for kids, but with the new rules that they've created, I am not setting that option as directed for kids, because you guys, I'm going to tell you why, but let me show you my settings right over here. I said it is not made for kids. Let's go back to why it is not made for kids. So there are different rules that FTC has set up to guide you to determine whether this video is made for kids or not made for kids. Number one, the subject matter. Is this subject matter a matter that will gravitate, that children under the age of 13 will gravitate to? Is it something? No. Number two, visual content. Does the appearance of the video, is it childlike? Does it have cartoony? Does it have all that stuff? Number three, the use of animated characters or child-oriented activities and incentive. The next one, the kind of music or audio content. The age of the model. So my age is over 40. I look gorgeous, right? Okay, and then my kids, I've already stated their age. The presence of child, celebrity, and who will apply to kids. Now let's stop right there. The appearance of child celebrity that will appear to kids. Now I have a video where I have Kerry Poppin, or I believe that's a name. Let me what's that girl's name? Okay, so I have a video where I have a celebrity in my video. Yes, that video I'll mark it made for kids because of that. Now, the language and the characters of the site, and also advertisement that will promote children, you know, children's information directed to children. And lastly, competent and reliable empirical, I need to bring a dictionary, evidence about the age of the audience. Now, would the audience be under the age of 13? The next information is very important. The determination of whether a content is child-directed will be clearer in some contexts versus in other contexts. So that is the rule of thumb that you have to pay attention to. First, unless you are affirmatively targeting kids. Now, is your video affirmatively targeting kids? There are many subject matter categories where you don't have to worry about COPPA. So for example, if your videos are about traditional adult activities like employment, finances. So finances, there's a video that I actually made for kids, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, no, this video is not supposed to be marked for kids. It's a video I did on how to make money. Okay, how to make money as kids. So here's the video, and the video is called How Our Kids Make Money. Now on that video, I'm just showing examples of different ways that my girls are making money. For example, my youngest daughter, she likes painting toenails, so why not paint my toenails? Okay, so she makes money from that. And my other daughter, she likes doing hair, she likes styling my hair, so I'm like, why not make money from that? That is not made for kids, because kids are not like under the age of 13, are not like searching, how do I make money? So that is what the FTC is telling us, that, oh, don't worry, that video is not made for kids. Home ownership, home repairs, home improvement, DIY, home related that are like not for children, know how to make dolls. I have videos on how to make doll food. That one is made for kids. Traveling, so trips that we made to Disneyland. So when we went to Disneyland, I was thinking, oh gosh, this is made for kids. Is this made for kids? No, it's not made for kids, because it was just our family traveling. So that is not made for kids. Next, you will probably not be covered unless your content is geared towards kids. So let's say we went to Disneyland specifically to meet Mickey Mouse, I might consider that. The same would be true for videos aimed at high school and college students. So my older daughter is in high school. A lot of our videos are about high school information. Those videos are not made for kids. She was pretty scared because she's like, I don't know what to do. Well, now she can just make not for kids. On the other hand, if your videos have children playing activities and stuff, that is directly made for kids. Sometimes, now this is where it gets a little bit confusing by the FTC COPPA. Secondly, just because your videos have bright colors or animated characters doesn't mean you are automatically made for kids. While many animated shows are directed to kids, the FTC recognizes there can be animated programming that appeals to everyone. That is where I'm like, I don't know, we don't make animated, but I'm like, there's a video that we watch that is geared towards speaking Yoruba, where Nigerians speak Yoruba. That one helps me also. So that one, for me, it can be made for anybody. It can be made for a wife who married a Nigerian Yoruba man. It can be made for a Yoruba student who is trying to learn the language. So thirdly, they're different. Okay, so for example, many content creators explicitly say about. Now in the about section, some creators can say, oh, my stuff is made for under 13-year-old. Now this is it. In addition, many of the channels featuring popular animated children's programs showing kids play with toys and participating, some owners, they'll enable the settings, so you can enable settings. Now finally, if you are uploading, if you've applied the factors listed by the COPPA and still wondering if your content is directed to kids, it might help to consider a few things. So you have to consider a few things. Now this is where it gets very important, and you gotta listen to this. Has your channel been reviewed on sites that evaluate contents for kids? Number two, is your channel or channels like yours mentioned in blogs for parents of young children or in media activity related to child-directed content? And lastly, have you surveyed your users? Are your users generally, the age of your users, are they children? So that is it. In conclusion, we are on board, we are here. I'm sorry for you guys that have gone and deleted your channel because one of your children just ran across the room. Thank you so much if you watch this. If you love my energy, we have so many other videos that you can watch right over here. And remember, we show videos every day except Sunday. So talk to you in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Mwah.